Hey everyone, welcome back for the last episode in our three-part series about openers for the Killer Queen Strategy series. This episode, we're going to wrap up the series with covering Dusk Map Opener. That's just how we're going to be opening up on Dusk Map, the third competitive map in Killer Queen currently. So for Dusk Map, both Berries and Snail are extremely viable, and we're seeing teams at the top level win on either of those strategies. That being said, the overwhelming majority of teams are doing what's called the Wrap Opener. That is, their queens are lining up in the wrap at the beginning, tagging their near gate, and meeting each other in the wrap. There is also the mid opener when the queen goes to middle, but we're not going to be covering that in this series because it's a lower percentage play than the wrap opener. It's more of a counter strategy, and I'm going to be covering counter strategies to openers in a separate series. So we'll cover that there. For now, we're going to be assuming that both queens are going to do the wrap opener. I'm going to discuss the different things that each team can do to facilitate their 3-1 Snail or their 2-2 Berries when both queens go through the wrap opener. So let's dive in, let's take a look at that wrap opener right now.
And the moment the game starts, you want your queen tagging this gate and then going up to the ceiling. If both queens do this, they'll cancel each other out, but if one of them doesn't, that queen has the ability to gain advantage. So you should do this to prevent your opponent from gaining advantage over you. So you both do this, you get your near gate tagged, and you go up and you 50-50 each other, bounce off each other until your team stabilizes. So the first vanilla, similarly, should almost always start right here. And when the game begins, you should have them jump up, grab that berry pile, and then immediately come back to that gate. And that's how you're going to get up your near gate vanilla. The speed warrior should line up right here on each side, and they should drop down and grab this berry, and then immediately head to the gate. It's a really easy way to ensure that you can get up speed early on. Now, there is some diversity in the second warrior position, so it's fairly easy to just have your second speed also line up here, and what they'll do is they'll hop down and they'll make sure that no drones can come through the wrap to stop your primary speed warrior from getting up. This enables primary speed to get up, and it also means that once you're done bouncing, you grab that berry and you go to the gate. Just grab that berry and go to the gate. You can get 2 speed drones up pretty quickly. Your queen is still 50-50 at the top of the map, ensuring that you can get up out of near gate. But there's more to it than that, because you do have an extra drone. If you're running the Snail opener, you can actually just send them straight to Snail by having them line up right here, and they can just go and fall down straight to Snail. But you can also use them for more utility, which we'll talk about more, but in general, sending them straight to Snail is a very good strategy. You can also, if you are sending a drone straight to Snail, particularly if the enemy team is running 2-2 berry, you could option when you have this Snail Rider come there, you can also line up another warrior to get out of mid-gate. Go down, grab this berry pile, and fall down to mid-gate. And your Snail drone can bump them out and make sure they get that. It is worth noting that oftentimes, whenever a speed drone gets up at opener out of the speed gate, they oftentimes do end up going to mid gate, not to near gate, because some things can change at openers. But in general, that's what you should be doing. If you're running berries, your drone, you should definitely be doing wrap opener if you're running berries, 100%. Your drone should line up right here. They just hop up, grab these berries, hop up here, jump over, and dunk the berries in. And make sure to communicate on running those top berries. On Dusk Map, the top berries can only get in from the top of the map, which means at opener, whenever the map is readily available and there are no guards there, you should absolutely be getting those top berries in.
So the first game that we're going to watch is a 3-1 Snail versus 3-1 Snail. Both queens opening up in the wrap, like all the other clips we're going to look at today. Interestingly, both teams are going to open for double speed, and both of them are going to try to get up a vanilla at mid-gate by sending 2 drones to middle, one to warrior up, and the other to bump to get that warrior up, and then to ride Snail. So you see both queens line up right by their near gate, prepared to tag that, and then rise up into the wrap. The drones in the middle are fighting, while drone for each team docks up speed, and then the other one bumps to make sure the enemy drone can't come through. You get 2 speed drones up, the vanillas, 1 speed warrior for each team, and then the second speed warrior shortly thereafter. And right about here, opener has ended, right when this second speed warrior for blue gets up. And you see that Snail's at pretty much a stagnant, which is what you would expect, with both teams opening up 2 to middle and both, opening up Snail. And you see that there are 2 speed warriors for each team with 1 vanilla. And that's just a lot of what 3-1 Snails look like. Neither team pressed an advantage on the middle opener because they both sent 2 drones there. Now let's take a look at 3-1 Snail versus 2-2 berries. So gold team's going to run 3-1 Snail, and blue team's going to run 2-2 berries. Because gold team knows that blue team's going to run 2-2 berries, they're able to do 2 drones to the middle to get an early vanilla there and an early Snail push. So let's keep our eyes out on that. But you'll also see that both berries get in immediately for blue team. They're able to dock those 2 in, they'll get their vanilla out. Queen's tag through the wrap, 1 drone up each side, both get a near gate vanilla. Gold gets an additional vanilla out of middle. Blue only opening 2 means that they get their speed warrior up around the same time that gold gets their speed warrior up, both teams fulfilling their formations. So you can see at this, each team has about the same objective pressure. 3 berries in for blue, since those ledge guards were able to get there, and marginal Snail pressure for gold, but it's still moving. Full formation with 2 vanillas, 1 speed for gold, and 1 vanilla, 1 speed for blue. So that's what a lot of 3-1 Snails versus 2-2 berries look like on Dusk. And let's take a look at 2-2 berries versus 2-2 berries. And so this game we're going to see 2-2 berries versus 2-2 berries, both queens opening up in the wrap, having a near gate vanilla form, 1 drone going to speed gate, and the other 2 grabbing the pile from near gate and dunking in those top berries. Weird dip under from gold queen does mean that this vanilla is going to go down. Regardless, their speed warriors get out. Blue team will get that vanilla up pretty quickly. You can see transferring over to ledge. So this is pretty much how a lot of these games go forward. The dip under from blue queen made things a little funky, but nevertheless, each team was able to get up their near gate vanilla at opener and their speed warrior at opener and get in their first 2 berries for free. Discrepancy in where the ledges were means that gold gets their 3rd berry a little later than blue, but nevertheless we're looking at 3 berries each for each team, and basically full formations once blue gets their vanilla up pretty soon. And that's how a lot of 2-2s versus 2-2s break down. And so that's how most openers break down at the competitive level on Dusk Map. This wraps up not just this video, but our 3-part series on the core concepts of openers on all the different maps. I've talked throughout the course of this mini-series about what we're going to be covering next on the Killer Queen Strategy series. And I've been giving it a lot of thought and talking to a lot of people, and instead of going straight into the exceptions to the openers, which I'll still do, I'm still going to cover, the mid opener on Dusk, or when someone does the speed opener on Night Map, those sorts of things. We're going to get to that. But after this, I want to go to some more team-oriented strategies, especially talking about it in mid-game and late game. So I've decided that we're going to cover one of my favorite concepts in Killer Queen, the Fortress, when the queen and at least 2 warriors are occupying the Snail zone to make sure that it keeps moving. So stay tuned for that video next week. Thanks for watching.